ferocity, there's no way to contain it. To contain it, to contain, to contain, to contain. Oh, hooray!
Hey everybody, it's Brandon here, finishing up his request by Huey Lewis. Now that I've reviewed Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, it's time to review its remake, or as Huey would like to call it, a better book adaptation to the original story. So with that, this is my review on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Now, I just want to say right now, I would have never have seen this film if it weren't for one thing: the director, Tim Burton. And Tim Burton's one of my favorite directors, and so once I heard that he was directing this film, I'm like, what the heck, I'll check it out. And honestly, I was surprised it was actually really good. Now, there's no point in explaining the plot. It's basically the same thing. Charlie's a normal young boy who doesn't have a glamorous life. Golden tickets sent out, 4 children, 5 tickets. And Charlie's the 5th one and goes to the wonderful Chocolate Factory, where again, it's a world of pure imagination. There are entirely new roles for the characters in this film. Willy Wonka is now played by Johnny Depp, and his portrayal of the character is much different than that of Gene Wilder's. Gene Wilder's was fun and energetic, and Johnny Depp's, well, I mean, sure, he's fun and also is full of energy, but also comes out sometimes as subtle and quirky, as if you never know what he's going to say or do next. Also, he always has something to say whenever someone questions him about something, you know, about like his candy or his inventions, and that works. But the one thing I want to talk about is, well, the characters. Not Charlie Bucket, he's good, and Augustus Gloop and Mike Severe pull off well, but Veruca.Salt and Violet Beauregard, I just have to say something. Do you remember in the first film, Veruca.Salt was always mean, nasty, saying, I want this, I want that, and she starts yelling and screaming? Well, here, it feels like, I mean, she still asks, like, for stuff like, I want this, and I want that, but she does it in a very, you know, patient way, a very calm way, not with much anger or spoiledness. Like, I want a squirrel. But then there's Violet Beauregard. It feels like all the nastiness of Veruca.Salt just went to her. I mean, she's not just a gum chewer. She thinks she's so-called #1 and that she's the best because she has all these awards and stuff. And she's very mean about it. She's very, like, she pushes it in your face. So it feels like, you know, did the characters switch or something? Because honestly, when I look at this film, I prefer the Veruca.Salt from the old one than I do with this one. And Violet Beauregard shouldn't really be this mean, but hey, she gets what she deserves, right? Now, you would think that since this film's directed by Tim Burton, you'd expect something a little bit dark, kind of like his other work, or maybe like a brand new, like, version of that creepy boat scene everyone remembers from the first film. Well, not here. It turns out that this remake is actually quite colorful and visual, and it's really fun to watch. The music for the film is really good, although it can never compare to that of the song sung by the Oompa Loompas in the first film, or Gene Wilder's singing Pure Imagination. It's still pretty good music, and a nice, like, new twist to the Oompa Loompa songs. And I'll probably have you rewinding the film just to hear them again. But the greatest advantage that this movie has is, well, it's a much better adaptation to Roald Dahl's book. I mean, it gets just about everything, including how Veruca.Salt falls out of the grip, you know, with the squirrels. And so with that, is this a good remake or a better film adaptation of the book? Yeah. But a lot of people don't really agree with me. It's mostly Tim Burton fans because they say this isn't really his best work. And it isn't. He made better films. But what surprised me is that Gene Wilder actually said he saw and hated this film, claiming that it's nothing but a remake to make a quick buck. Which is kind of ironic because before Roald Dahl died, he said he saw and he hated the 1970s version of his book. That really surprised me. But then again, there are very rare movies I liked which were based off his books. For instance, he didn't like Witches, but he did like BFG, Big Friendly Giant. And I think if he were alive today, he would probably like such other adaptations, such as Matilda, James and the Giant Peach, and of course this movie. And hopefully, maybe just the new film they're supposed to be making called The Fantastic Mr. Fox, I believe. So with that said, you can't really ask me to compare to which one's better, Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory or its remake. Because honestly, I like them both. They're fun and entertaining. And chances are, if you like the 1970s version, you will like this film. I mean, you shouldn't miss out on it. It's really good. So with that, this is Brandon signing out, and I'll see you all next time.
Willy Wonka, Willy Wonka, who's the one that you're about to meet? Willy Wonka.